Hello, everybody. I have a confession. Don't take it personal. Anyway, guys, thank you so much to those of you who have shared comments, comments of support, comments of encouragement, comments of what I shouldn't have done, and comments of what I shouldn't have done, and comments of, oh, if you know you're not ready to abide by the rules and policies of the laws here in diaspora, why are you here anyways, blah blah blah. I see all of your comments. I've been able to respond to some and I've not been able to respond to some, but in case you're wondering that what she's talking about, I'm going to leave the screenshot of the video I'm showing appreciation for. So if you remember, during the premiere, because I premiered the video, I did say that oh, where are my manners? Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo, and I'm also known as That Mama 5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So, this is me showing appreciation that I see all of your comments from the video I shared about how I almost lost my child to the social services. And I think there was a live stream I did sometimes on my channel maybe 2 days ago, where other parents also during that live stream obviously we're discussing something different on the live stream, and we ended up going to parenting. Other parents share their struggles as well, which goes on to show that I'm not the only one who was actually facing this story. And yes, some people have gone on to kind of like run with the title of the video as compared to actually watching the video. So if you are someone that just say title and you go straight to the comment section to go and drop comments, fear God. Just know that heaven is real and fear God. But if you have ignored the title and gone on to watch the video, which I believe majority of the people who shared messages of support did, I appreciate you all. So like I said that I was going to come back here and share the latest updates and where this case resolved to. So if I remember clearly, where I ended the story was that I self-referred myself to the NMC. And in case you don't know, I am a nurse, and you just have to. I after seeking advice, I decided to self-refer myself. So they go in contact with my manager. I spoke to the head of nursing and at my work, and the head of nursing said she was going to reply back to NMC. So it was on Friday, no, on Thursday, I received an email from the NMC, which I'm glancing sideways here because I've got my laptop open with the response. So they responded to me, obviously it's private and confidential. Okay, so it was dated 22nd of August, and it says here that we've received your self referral and your fitness to practice. I will see if I can blow out some information and put the details of the response here. Guys, I'm doing this because like I said, I want to be very, very transparent in this, okay? Because like I said, even with that video that I made, a lot of people have come into my Instagram DM to share messages, their own struggles as well as African parents. And guys, I'm being emotional here. I'm trying not to obviously ruin my makeup. When I saw the comments of and the post of people who came into my DM, I'm not the only one who is in these shoes. I am not the only one wearing this shoe at all. And to those of you who are asking, oh, where is the father? Where is the father? Like, duh. Announcement, I am not a single mother. Okay? Yeah. So lots of people have come into my DM on Instagram, also sharing their struggles as well with their children and all of that. And I see you all. That's why I said I know me coming out to share these stories for us to learn. Hence why I am being transparent. Okay, so I'm going to drop the response from the NMC here, because like I said, when I did the first video, my concern was like, what is this going to mean for my career? What is it going to mean for me being a nurse in the future? That was one of my fears. Okay, but yes, the NMC got back to me, and according to the email, the letter they sent to me, they say, no, what, thank you for letting us know. We know that we know that's not an easy thing to do. If you need to talk to somebody, we recommend, obviously they recommend somebody that I could speak to if I need to, and they can also provide emotional support and practice advice for me if I'm wanting it, if I need it. Obviously the services is there, and then they go on to say, we've considered the concern and decided we won't be investigating it further at this time. That's what they said. So guys, when I saw that email on Thursday, my heart leapt for joy. My heart leapt for joy. So the NMC have said that we've considered that they have considered the concern. Obviously, like I have to report myself, right? And they have decided that they would not be investigating the case further at this time. And their reasoning is that then our reasoning, which explains our decision making, is set out below. So they did say here that how they made their decision So obviously they use a screening process to decide if there's a concern, and the process consists of asking that do they have a concern in writing about somebody on their register, and if there was an evidence to suggest that there's an ongoing risk. So these are part of the things they put into consideration. And reading further, that the way they process the decision making has been listed there. And like I said, also in this application, they did say that they reached out to the social worker who handled the case, and the response from a social worker, I believe, was what actually helped them to decide that this case is not worth moving further with. So let me see if I can find the response of the social worker. So they did say that obviously I reported this. The summary was that I reported that I had an issue with my 15-year-old. I explained what I explained in the first video. I explained it there for them. And then further to them, they said assessment of our concern. So they said after assessing this concern in line with our guardians, we have found that it does not indicate an ongoing risk to the patient's safety or public confidence in the profession. This is because the concern occurred outside of professional practice and does not suggest that I unable to uphold the standards of NMC code or suggest that there is any transferable risk to those in my care. So obviously they went on to explain all of that, and they also say similarly we noted that I have been forthcoming with my employers about this incident, and my employer said they don't have any concern whatsoever about me. Also, they also mentioned that they reached out to the social worker. Let me find that social worker. So they said that such behavior. So, however, in this case, social worker spoke highly of me, the social worker that dealt with the case. So according to them, I'm going to read it out. So they also noted, however, in this case, we noted that Wemimo's social worker spoke highly of Wemimo's willingness to accept wrongdoing and to fully cooperate with the plans that were put in place. We are told that Wemimo's honesty allowed for a quicker resolution, and we are satisfied that the evidence supports that this appeared to be an isolated incident which has been addressed by the appropriate body. So that was a response there. Like I said, I'll try and maybe put a copy here. Like I said, I've got nothing to hide, so you can read it. I'm going to blur out details on it, but I'm going to put it there. So with that being said, also, so that's that about response from the NMC. So they are not investigating this any further, which means that my career is intact. I can continue to practice as a nurse at my current job. And I understand clearly that, yes, they did mention when I sought legal advice, I was told that if I decide to change an employer, if I want to go and apply for a job somewhere else, if I did my disclosure, which is the DBS, it will come up as this was what happened. And I would imagine that it is up to that employer to sit down with me, or even because this notice by the NMC is going to be on my file, it's up to them to go and search my pin and read what that is about, or they could contact NMC to find out, oh, will it be a risk employing me or stuff like that. So I'm super happy that my career has not been impacted in any way, because that was one of my concerns. And also like I said, there are a lot of comments on the comment section. I'm glancing to the side because I've got my laptop open, and there was a comment I found, and this person was like, I shouldn't have accepted the caution because there's a way that something similar happened to his ex-wife or something, and when they refused it and that they did not hear back from the police. The thing is this, and I had to go and double check clearly before I come back to do this video. So when it comes to smacking, it has been totally banned in Scotland. I want you guys to know that. Smacking your children, any physical contact with your children, has been totally banned in Scotland from year 2019 or 20. But but in England, Northern Ireland, and Wales, it is not illegal to do so, but it is limited, which means that you are allowed to do some sort of smacking to a certain extent in England, Northern Ireland, and Wales. So you might hear people from in England saying, but I did that, that did not happen. It is not illegal, but it is limited. However, in Scotland, smacking has been banned. You cannot do it. So with that being said, like I had to go read on I had to go and carry out my research here, and let me quickly go to my what's it called what's it called here. Let me quickly go to my chat GPT, okay? So when I was asking about what are my parental rights, because I had to go Google, and like I said, I'm still looking to email the social worker to ask him that, come, I really want to know my parental rights. So I'm going to put a screenshot there. So according to Google, according to my research here, I asked that what are my parental rights as a parent in the UK. And it says here that parental rights means if you have parental rights, you are legally responsible for providing a home for your child. You are to protect and maintain them. You are to discipline them in a reasonable way, and we're going to get back to that. Discipline them in a reasonable way, choosing and providing for their education, agreeing to medical treatment, naming the child and agreeing to any name changes, looking after their property, consenting to them leaving the country, maybe they are going on holiday or something. And one thing it says that as a parent, you actually do not own the child. You no own the pikin, no be you own the pikin. Yes. And also there talks about who automatically has parental responsibility, as the mother always automatically has parental rights at birth. As for the father, fathers can have parental right automatically if they are married to the mother of the child, and various routes. However, I now went on to go look at the I went again to go and ask or Google about what can you explain what disciplining the child actually means, because I want to understand. It's saying there that yes, I have parental rights, I can discipline the child. Mind you, disciplining the child comes in various ways. Okay, so here I asked that what can you explain exactly what discipline the child means. And it says there that discipline the child under parental responsibility in the UK doesn't give parents unlimited power. It means you set boundaries, rules, and consequences to guide your child's behavior, but it must always be reasonable, proportionate, and non abusive. So, here is what it looks in practice. Okay, what is allowed when you are disciplining your child. So now I am excluding Scotland from this because, like I said, disciplining of your child has been totally banned in Scotland, and I stand to be corrected. Okay, so what is allowed in terms of disciplining? So this will apply to those in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It says here that certain household rules such as bedtimes, chores, manners, screen time limits, etc. Using non-physical disciplines such as timeout, loss of privileges, which was I said, take off their phone, all of that stuff. Grounding, warnings, natural consequences. Physical discipline, and in bracket it says smacking, is not illegal in England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, but it is very limited in bold. And then it says it must be reasonable punishment. If it is not illegal to smack, it is very limited. And in what ways is it limited? One, it must be reasonable punishment. These are going to be the things they will consider if you were to be in those countries, those cities I mentioned before police will get involved. Two, it must not leave more than a temporary mark, bruise, swelling, or cause mental harm. Anything beyond that could be classed as assault. So in my own case, I smacked across the shoulder. Like I said, it did not leave any marking. It did not leave any injury whatsoever. And I'm going to discuss um the what's it called? The caution is in this envelope. I'm going to show it to you guys. So those are the things that is allowed. In Scotland, all physical punishment is banned. Have I made myself clear? All physical punishment, smacking, just like I did, is banned, and it says here since 2019. So, what is actually not allowed in that limited instances of if we were to be in England? Any punishment that causes injury, bruising, swelling, cuts, scratches, or mental health. Use of implements such as sticks, household items, stuff like that African people used to do. Me, I have never, ever done such to my children. What is not allowed? Shaking, eating around the head, or anything degrading or humiliating. And lastly, cruel or unusual punishment that risk harming the children's development. So it goes on to share here that, disciplining your child means guiding and correcting their behavior in a way that is safe, proportionate, and supportive of their well-being. Parents are expected to use positive and non-violent methods, with physical punishment being which is banned or which is banned in Scotland or strictly limited in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And here is the legal standard. So the legal standard here is that the Children Act 2004 removed the reasonable chastisement defense for actual bodily harm, grievous bodily harm, or cruelty. Parents may only argue reasonable punishment as a defense to common assault charges. So even if I want to use this, like I said, we are in Scotland, is the offense has been committed and that offense is banned. So I can't even go and say in court of law that okay, I want to do this because this is the law. I can't do that. So parents may only argue reasonable punishment. So I can't come and say I want to argue what I did to him as reasonable punishment because the punishment, the offense itself has been banned in Scotland. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. So as a defense to common assault charges and only in limited circumstances, then that will apply to England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, excluding Scotland. Lastly, teachers, childcare workers, and anyone not with parental responsibility cannot use physical discipline. It's unlawful in schools and most childcare settings. So I hope I've been able to explain that well for you. Like I said, I'm going to do a screenshot of what I've read and I'm going to put it here so that you guys can read it. So with that being said, and like I said, people are like in the comment section, like, oh, I wouldn't have accepted that if that was them, they wouldn't have accepted the caution, blah 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 blah. But like I said, it's an offense in Scotland. If I'd refused the caution, I would have been the case would have been forwarded to the procurator fiscal, and they would take me to the front of a judge in court, and the judge might decide to charge me with assault, which means maybe I might end up getting I don't know what offense or what punishment that will come for, but that would actually be a criminal record on my name rather than it being a caution. I hope you guys understand. So I'd rather take a caution than take a guilty verdict that will now be on my profile as a criminal offense. Okay. So like I said, there's lots of comments in here. I'm trying to read it through all here. And people here say that no, mobile phones and Xbox are causing troubles in many homes. For me, I know not to obviously do that again, but then me taking off mobile phone, taking off the Xbox, turning off the Wi-Fi is my go-to for making sure I am disciplined and make sure it is well behaved. And also, like I said, when I said that I received a caution, this is what the caution looks like. I'm going to blur my name. So this is what it looks like here. Okay, and it says, obviously it says here police. Let me fold it. It says here, that's what it says there. Okay, it looks like a receipt. That's how long it is. I'm saying that's the back, but it says, yeah, obviously my details, and it says here that the offense particulars: assault, not in no injury to victim, contrary to common law. So yes, this is a supermarket receipt of I said that, yeah, caution that I received. So like I said, we just have to be very, very careful. Parenting is quite hard in the UK at the moment, and like I said, now I've learned my own hard lesson. And when I share that story, I've not shared it because I want you to come and judge me. And yes, if you want to judge me, go ahead. It's not going to remove one hair on my head. I am the parent here, and for the fact, like I said, I am proud that for the fact that my oldest is 21 years old, which means that I have trained my kids for over 20 years in this country. I don't have any police record. I don't have any criminal record to my name. Not from as a child or no. Even since I've stepped foot in this country, I don't have any criminal record to my name. And I am proud of that. So if you think, oh, this is that, oh, that is, duh, maybe have children first and then come here and tell me about parenting. But the purpose of this video is to let you guys know that parenting is hard in diaspora. We're in a different environment. We're in a different environment where the way children are being trained is different. So it's more or less like it's going to be like a struggle for me being an African because, like I said, the way I was brought up is different, and I would want to still instill a bit of my own culture of raising or my own way of raising my children culturally. And when I say culturally, do I agree with how African parents treat their children in Nigeria? No. And that does not mean that because I am a Nigerian parent that I will not go and use turning stick or go and use omorogun. I won't do that. I won't do that. So for those of you who are standing with me, who have offered me, messages of advice, who have also, refer some channels who talk about parenting, I'm going to be checking out those parenting pages, and I really want to appreciate you all. The main lesson here in all of this is this: like, one, obviously, I read somewhere someone dropped a comment here that we should say all of the things, all of the consequences of these things. We should start telling our children from when they were much younger. I wish somebody told me that before all of my kids grew up to know what they are now. I wish I've told them that, come, if you do this, this is how the system is. I wish, but I did not think things were going to be this way, right? But then, I mean, just children are growing up, they know what is happening, and they know how. See, children know how to behave right, and they know how to behave bad. That's one thing I wanted to know. But in essence, in all of this, is the lesson I want to take away from here is this: if you are in Scotland, do not smack your children, okay? And if you are in Ireland, England, Wales, this is not me advocating for you smacking your children. It is not illegal. However, it is limited, and you have to be very, very careful as well. Just because it is limited does not mean that it's something you need to put your children through, because at the end of the day, such ways of raising children would not even make the child turn out good, and it's not going to make the child turn out bad. But lessons here is that do not smack your children, and in all you do, make sure you are transparent, either with your employer, either with whoever you are dealing with, because you can hear from that letter I read from the NMC there that, the social worker spoke highly of me. Yes, the social worker spoke highly of me, and I'm actually going to send him a message this week just to thank him, because like I said, it was quite gentle, and you will have imagined that he's been doing that job for a very long time. It was quite gentle. Even as though it was gentle, his words were hitting me like brick. So yeah, he spoke highly of me, and like I said, be transparent in all you do. Do not smack your children. Keep record of things. Pray always, because at the end of the day, I'm an African, and I have to keep praying that God should give my children a heart, a soft heart that will make them take on board, parental advice, life skills that I'm trying to instill in them. I don't want to fail as a parent, and I will never, and I shall never fail as a parent. So guys, that's just the update there. Yeah, my fear was that my job was going to be gone, but I'm super thankful that NMC, they won't be carrying up this case. And somebody was like, oh, I talk too much, don't share this, they might be watching you. Watching me how? I've not got anything to hide. They have my name, they have the details of all of my children. I've got nothing to hide. If I've said anything otherwise from what happened, then let them come. And if they come, according to you saying that they are still going to be monitoring me, I'll come here and still share that, okay, you were right, though, they were monitoring me, but I've not shared anything that has not actually happened. It's my experience. And somebody also said in the comment section that, oh, there's more to this story. Excuse me. Do you want to come tell me exactly what the story is? Do you want to come tell me? Do you want to come tell me? Anyway, with that being said, I just thought I would bring this video to reassure you guys that yes, I'm super happy NMC are not investigating this case, and they actually commend me for coming to report myself to say I have done this, my hands are up, and they appreciated that. This is part of being transparent. Be open in whatever you do, and yes, a closed mouth is a, I don't even know how to say the word again, but yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say. So in essence, like I just want to take the story out of this, and the way mine has turned out, it might not be the same for somebody else. I just want to put that out there. Let us be using our brain, common sense, and it's better we do something to avoid the consequences than do it and say, I'm hoping the turnout, the end result will be that of so person. No, the way mine have turned out might not be the same for you. So in all of this, let us show love to our family, let us show love to our children, let us try and instill God-fearing life lessons in them. And for me, I've learned about this. And also, like I said, make sure you have a trade force union. Join a trade union. Whatever job you are doing in the UK, there's a workforce union that will be associated to your company. How much did you pay? Maybe you pay like £10 every month or something for it, because you can never tell when you will need them. And yes, like I said, I am not a single mother. To those of you who are asking, where is the father? Where is you think me, I'll be like this, and I will allow one man to come and leave 5 children on my laps? No, I am not a single father. I'm not a single mother. Their dad is present 247. He's present 365 days a week, 247. He is present. I just want to put that out there, because I can see some of you are starting to chase some sort of narrative in the comment section. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section based on what I have shared. And if you've watched this video till now, you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, turn on your post notification, share this video. Do not hesitate to join my membership as well. It's just a way of you supporting me. Like, guys, I want to buy a house this year, or should I go and open a GoFundMe page? I want to buy a Range Rover, and I think I'm going to, in fact, I want to take all of my kids to Nigeria next year. So I think I'm going to go and open a GoFundMe page for that. Because, yeah. Yes. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys later. All right. Bye.